Big, 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 big season opener tomorrow. 12:30 my time. We've got the Washington Huskies heading across the country to play the Auburn Tigers. Biggest week one game that Washington has played in a long time, obviously. Last time I can remember this team playing a really good team in week one was LSU. I think in Jake Locker's like second year on the team. And that Husky team was not very good. That Husky team, I think, ended up going 5-7 that year. So this, it's probably the game of the week. It's certainly up there at least. It's this is a big deal, guys. And look, I don't follow the college football offseason the way I follow the NFL offseason. So if you're looking for somebody to do a deep dive into this roster, I'm probably not that guy. I need to see these guys perform in meaningful games before I say whether or not I think they're good or not. So I'll speak to what I can. Last year's Husky team they had a good season. They went 10-3 if you count the bowl game. But in that bowl game where we kind of got smacked around a little bit, I think we kind of learned that while we were one of the best teams in our conference, that we were victims of that big imbalance in conferences. Like, a lot of people will say that of the major conferences, the Pac-12 is at the bottom. And the way we looked against Penn State kind of reaffirmed that because we kept it close at the end. We made it a close game at the end, but they offensively seemed like they could just do whatever the hell they wanted to do. And I think that there were three problems with this team last year that led to us being on that level instead of the next level up. Number one, wide receivers. People struggled to get open all season. So to me, excuse me, I'm looking at this roster. I'm not seeing anything radically different from last year. So that's one thing I don't love. The only guy who looks like he's going to get playing time this year that I don't recognize from previous seasons is Ty Jones. He's a 6'4" sophomore from Utah. He might be the guy because last year we struggled with Dante Pettis. We don't even have Dante Pettis anymore. Our main receiver going into this season is Aaron Fuller. Our tight end is Drew Sample, who I like, but hasn't really yet shown to be a week to week monster wide receiver, or excuse me, a receiver, a threat in the passing game. So I don't think he can carry our passing attack. So that was the number one thing last year that I really remembered about this team. We struggled to get the ball to our receivers, and we struggled to get a passing attack going. And I don't know if we addressed it. Maybe a guy like Andre Baselia, I'm probably mispronouncing that, will have a breakout year in his junior year. Maybe Aaron Fuller is more than I give him credit for, but I don't really think so. So I'm looking for somebody to step up there. Secondary. Last year, our secondary, as the season went on, really kind of got smacked around. And there were some games where they just played bad. They played bad against Utah. They played kind of bad against Stanford. In the bowl game, they certainly didn't play great. Good news is we're getting players back. Jordan Miller got hurt halfway through the season last year, and we really felt that. This year he's back. We still have JoJo and Taylor Rapp in the safety spots, which is big. So I think the secondary will be improved. We did lose a lot on defense, but most of it was on the front line. So I think the secondary will show improvement. And the number three thing is kicker. Obviously, we've moved on from both of our kickers last year. This year, we got a guy named Peyton Henry. He's a redshirt freshman. I don't know very much about him, but obviously, you can't do much worse than what we had last year, where we had no confidence in any of our kickers to do anything competent. So 2 out of 3 is not bad. It looks like we will improve on the secondary count and on the kicking count, but until I see some of these wide receivers making plays and getting open, I'm going to say this team never replaced John Ross. I want to see this Husky team show me that they've replaced John Ross. Because this year, not only do you have to replace him, you have to replace Dante Pettis. I don't I'm not in love with any receivers we have on this team right now. And this is Jake Browning's senior year, and I want him to have a big season. I think he can have a big season, but we got to give him the toys. One piece of good news: Trey Adams is back at the top of the depth chart. So he's back from his injury, which feels really good because Trey Adams is one of the best offensive tackles in college football, and he should have a monster senior year for us as long as he stays healthy. So that's a very positive sign to me. A negative side would be that Hunter Bryant is not on our depth chart yet. He got hurt last year, not back yet apparently. So that's really not good. I mean, Hunter Bryant was a guy who really could have, broken things open in this offense, and who knows? Who knows? So generally speaking, I'm not worried about our defense. I think this Husky defense has been good for a few years now, and the recruiting that we do to bring in new talent, I trust in it. We still have some of the seniors up front, like Greg Gaines, Shane Bowman, Jalen Johnson. Obviously, we lost Vita Vea last year, which sucks, but I trust our recruiting to keep up on defense. It's the offense, it's that passing game. I need to see it. And look, Myles Gaskin, he's ready to have a monster season this year. I'm not worried about him at all. He's going to be great for us. Salvon Ahmed, he's going to be fine in a backup role. So that running game, it's ready to go. Just give me some signs of life from this passing game, man. There were games last year where the passing game basically disappeared. So this game tomorrow, we're going to learn a lot right off the bat. I mean, we could be a really, really good team this year. We could improve from last year. We could go undefeated in conference. We can win the Pac-12. We could still lose tomorrow because we're playing a really good Auburn team. We're playing across the country. I can't really give a prediction, guys. I don't know very much about Auburn. I don't know how good they are. Obviously, they're ranked number 9 in the country right now, so they're at least that good. But for me to sit here and try to say, oh, I think we can win this matchup and that matchup. I have no idea, guys. I think this is going to be a defensive battle. I think we have a chance. This seems like a real coin flip of a game, though. So for me to say I have full confidence in us getting it done, I can't say that. What I can say is that it could be off to the races if we win this game because, the conference might be a little better this year. Like I'm watching Stanford over here right now. They're up by, 3 touchdowns with 4 minutes left, so they're going to win this game. San Diego State, they might be good this year. USC is always a threat to be good at some point. There are a couple other teams. Oregon, or well, no, UCLA has Chip Kelly now, so maybe him. But this is a season-defining game, and if we win, we have a great chance of winning the Pac-12 and winning and getting into the playoff. If we don't, it's going to be almost impossible because nobody respects this conference. And if we win this game, maybe they'll start to. So big, big game tomorrow. I'm excited. We're going to learn stuff tomorrow. I want to see the problems that we had last year be improved on. So that's what I'm looking for. I'll make a video tomorrow after the game and bow down to Washington.